Hey guys, in this video we're going to be doing a walkthrough video of this $1 million listing in Gold Canyon, Arizona. Today I'm going to be using the A7R4 with the 12-24 G Master 2.8 Sony lens. And in this shoot, I'm not going to be displaying the camera settings as I'm shooting, but I'm going to be focusing on composition. So I'm going to start with the front and we're going to work our way through the home and then go to the back. We're going to do it pretty quick because we also have luxury photos to do on this home a little bit later, so let's get started. All right, so I'm going to start. So we're coming in from over here, so I'm just going to start on this side and then kind of work my way inside. We did get some aerial shots as well for the video, and I know that the sun is really low over here, so anytime we're going to be coming this way, we're going to have some massive shadows in our shot, so we're going to have to be intentional, especially on the exterior shots that we do get, so that our shadows aren't in here. All right, so I'm going to start on this side. I'm just going to hit record. All right, just kind of focusing on the house as I walk. Just making sure that the center of the home is pretty centered up. Now I'm just shooting with our standard video settings. So now this is kind of a longer shot, but this is going to be one of our better front shots. I probably should have got a panning shot, but actually we have shadows from that house, so if I stand in a certain spot, I can't see myself in the shot, so that's good. So let's see. So I was on APS-C mode, so now this is a wider shot. So let's just get a wider shot and pan from left to right, which makes a lot of sense. I was like, man, this shot was looking pretty zoomed in. So I'm actually gonna do another one. You see, I can see myself in the shadow, so right here is about where we can start to use it. So this is a wider shot. And then when I get back over here on this side of the home, I'll do a panning shot as well, just to give the editor some options. I feel like I'm not walking the smoothest, but that's all right. If you don't walk the smoothest, then these panning shots will come in handy. So I'm just panning over, revealing those mountain shots. All right. So here, they have a lot of vegetation here. We could hold the trigger down on this gimbal just to kind of lock it out. We can just kind of give just a little bit, some different B-roll for the editors to use. Let's see. You can kind of just start behind a bush, or you can start not behind a bush. Watch out for snakes. So a lot of times it's easier just to focus on the house and then kind of work your way behind the bush. The editor can reverse the clip if they wanted to. So I know that the sun's going down, so I'm trying to think about B-roll at the same time as kind of the wider shots of the home. All right, we got the number of the home here. So I'm gonna lock it out and just kind of move towards the numbers. All right, that's good. Now, since as we come in here, we're gonna be, our shadow's gonna show up, so we're gonna have to be shooting pretty straight on if we want to get some usable shots. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit record, and then I'm just gonna slowly pan in, and I'm trying to keep it close to the home as possible. I am almost in this shot, but I'm not, just because I'm being intentional about the angle. And we might show up in the windows. Yeah, I think we are, but I'm gonna just work my way to the front door. I'm gonna go all the way in. And I'm gonna crack this open And I'll just push in as I do another shot here. Let me hit record here. I can see ourselves in the window, so I'm gonna, wow. Maybe if I go this way, maybe if I try to come, we like to go in straight, but it's not really practical right now. So I'm gonna come in at an angle. I'm recording still. So I'm just gonna come in at the angle that I can not be in the shot and just kind of push open the door and then slowly reveal the interior of the home. All right. One thing, one of the best selling features about this home is those mountain views out in the distance. And I think that's what I want to focus on as we come in. And I might want to zoom in. So I'm trying to think about my shot that I want as we come in. It's going to be kind of dark, but let me try it. I'll get another walk-in shot where the viewer's really just focused on it. It would be cool to have the exact same shot, one that's a regular exposure and then one for the mountain views, but it's probably not going to happen. All right, hit record. Pulling the trigger down, locking out the gimbal, just walking straight, and going to be revealing the mountain views in the distance. Just keep going. Oh, that looks great. All right. So now I'm going to put my exposure back to normal. Go back to, what was I at, 0? I'm just keeping an eye on it. Usually I'm at a higher exposure. I'm looking at this display right now. I'm wondering if this is at like max brightness and I should have it lower. Anyways, what I'm going to do is kind of keep an eye on this right here. So, but usually we're at about a plus 1.3 in the interior shots. All right, that exposure looks pretty good. All right, so we kind of walked in. So now we're showing the room. Actually, let me get wide again. And let me make sure I have a setting set. This isn't my normal video camera, so I just want to double check some settings. And for video, the setting that I'm double checking is just to make sure, where is it at? Lens compensation. I want to turn distortion compensation. It is on already, so we're good. All right, so let me exit out of here. Now, I like having this. All right, so let's start here. All right. Now, you can't see any of that view. All right, let's restart. All right, let's just go. And then I'm going to work my way to the left. I'm going to watch out for all these antlers. Definitely don't want to accidentally poke yourself. All right, so I'm going to lock out. I'm just trying to get a few different angles. Hopefully the video clips turn out well. They look really good in my monitor. Now with a lot of dynamic range, you're usually not going to get crisp out exteriors and crisp interiors. Usually you're kind of picking and choosing. All right, here's a B-roll shot. Let's switch it to S&Q real quick. Just get a quick. Oh, there we go. Now my settings are showing up. All right. All right. So I've just figured out why my camera settings were not allowing me to see the camera settings on this screen, and that's because I'm shooting in 4K. So what I'm going to do is switch to 1080p, and now I should be able to shoot regular video, and you guys can see my camera settings, which that did fix the problem. So I'm down to 34% battery life. I'm keeping an eye on timing right now because we need to start shooting pictures in 30 minutes. So we got 30 minutes to finish this property. So I'm just going to go through, do a lot of panning. This room is awesome. I'm going to lock it out and just walk straight and smooth. Smoother than I was walking outside. And if you're curious, right now my focal length is full wide on this lens at 12 millimeters, and I think it looks excellent. I can see a lot of this room. So I'm just wandering around. It actually, for this shot, it was looking a little bit distorted, so I moved up to 14%, or sorry, 14 millimeter. I feel like I'm not going that smooth, but I'm gonna lock it out and just do a push-in shot. And it's looking really dark, so and I'm not so concerned about exteriors. I was looking at the fireplace and I could barely see the flame, so I wanted to increase exposure just to make sure that we got good exposure on the inside. All right, so I feel pretty good about this room. Now let's move on to here. So I'm gonna lock it out and just go forward. We got some awesome views, and luckily this shot we're able to see the mountain views and inside because there's a lot of good lighting coming in from all the windows. So let me lock it out and go side to side. Do a slider-like shot. All right, that's good. Now I'm gonna do a panning shot. So I did a push in, a side to side. Now I'm doing a panning. You wanna make sure to diversify your shots as you move throughout the house. And I'm shooting at 1080 60 now. So I will have the option to slow down my footage if I wanted to in post. Now I'll show a little bit of outside and just kind of pan this way. And white balance is looking good. This home is pretty tungsten oriented. All right. Let me point. Should I get some B-roll of this lighting fixture? Sure. It's just, I mean, this is a good shot unless you have a really steady hand to do in slow motion. So I'm gonna get a slow motion shot and just move pretty quick. So we're shooting at 120 frames per second at 24. So I think it's like 5 times slow or 12 times, whatever. All right, let's hit record here. Let's go back to regular mode. All right, now with the kitchen, I want to stay wide. I'm going to keep that the faucet kind of in the middle. Just try to keep the kitchen centered. I feel like I moved a little bit rough right there, so I might redo that shot. I'll start this way and kind of work my way the other way. I feel like my movement could be a little bit better. All right, now in case that shot doesn't turn out, I'm gonna do just a pull out shot here. All right. They got some great Thermador fixtures as well, so I'll make sure to highlight those as well. Now we have some gas stoves, so we'll see if these light up easily. If they do, we usually get a shot with these on. All right, looks like there's a fly or something. All right, so I'll get a regular shot, then I'll get a, here, let me start standing in front of it here and just, let me just do a, reset it, push down, and I'm just gonna lock it out and then just kind of go side to side here. Yeah, that's not very good. I think the S&Q mode is gonna be better. And on this one, I'm just gonna lock it out, record, and push in. I think that's good enough. Doesn't need to be too fancy. Don't burn yourself. All right, so we got, I feel like I need one more shot in the kitchen. We can maybe get some slow motion of this water feature and maybe show some outside. So I just hit the button. Let me bring down my exposure. This is one where I do want to see outside a little bit. And I used APS-C mode on this camera to zoom in. Now I'm going to come back out. That's one thing I like the A7 III or the A7Rs series versus the A7S because the sensor's has a lot more pixels. All right, so let's do some slow motion on some of these light fixtures. And I'm not. All right, let's start again. We could zoom in. Just to kind of diversify the shots as we go. And I want to focus on that outside view. So maybe I can afford not to be perfect on the slow motion shots because even if it's a rough movement, it likely will still be usable. Let me do this just kind of as I go through this. Trying to think of some other B-roll. Let's see. I got fire. I got the chandeliers. I got water. I think we're pretty good there. So I feel like we did a good job on these. So from the video perspective, we're going to come in here, tour this room. Now from here, where are we going to go? I say we go down this wing of the house because that's where the master is. So let me put it back on regular video mode, wide again, and I'll do a straight shot. I'm trying to think. We could come back over here, show the kitchen, and then make our way down it, or we can make kind of a harder turn around that corner. I think I'm going to go for a wider turn and just smoother going down the hallway. So let's go 14 millimeter. I feel like that's good. Let's hit record. And now we can kind of see this entire room. This one is definitely going to be a used clip, so I want to make sure it's smooth. So let's go around these pillars and just kind of start going forward and make it smooth. And if my camera will come around here, then lock it out once I see that it's straight down the hall. We're moving down the hallway now. Now I'm going to keep going. During the actual video, we'll be able to make stops along the way. So we'll stop in this bathroom. I'll just do a quick push-in shot here. All right, that's good. And now let's do the theater room here. Hit record and just make my way around here. This one's super low light. But it looks good. This is one where it's a lifestyle one where I would like to, here's the remote controls, maybe I'll get a straight shot just moving in. And one thing, I'm at f4. I'm at ISO 8000, so I was gonna say if there was more light, we could put aperture up higher and then probably get better star effects from the lights, but anyways, all right. Let me just get one more shot. I think I'm limited. I can't really go left to right very easily because I got this. I'm gonna do another push-in shot. All right. So now let's, I wonder if I could, it's hard to transition from, here, let me act like it. All right, so act like I'm coming out of this room and then transition over here to the master. Now I'm trying to keep the bed centered here, work my way around. And back out. All right, that was all right. I think I'm gonna need some backup shots. So I'm gonna do just a panning shot. Make sure it's in focus, it's in focus. So these more simple shots are more safety shots in case those ones that are a little bit more complex, if they don't turn out. Now this one, and I'm gonna start with the views, since this home has awesome views out the windows, and then keep panning into the room. All right, the lighting looks awesome right now as well. Really like this time of day, especially for a home like this that has excellent lighting. All right, that's good. All right, so she doesn't want to showcase the master closet, so we'll just come in at this angle here, straight into the bathroom. And there's a there's a mirrored vanity right there, so I'm going to be a little higher. And these are mirrors as well, so we're going to have to try to figure out, you know, do we zoom in? So right here, clearly don't want to be in the shot. Let me see. Let me just go in a little bit. All right, it's fine. We'll just work past that. Let me go a little higher. All right. And now this shower is excellent. So I'm just gonna go push in on this shot. And I'm also gonna do a pan. Hopefully I don't show up in the reflection. Looks good. And then this bathroom also has a really nice bathtub. So I would like to try to showcase the views outside. I don't know if we can really showcase much, but let's see. Let me see if maybe if I just do the zoom in shot. Just do a push. But man, there's that eyesore out the window with that water filter. How are the views right here? Hard to see. All right, we'll just do a wider shot. I don't want to show the home so close to the home. All right, let's just do a quick push in. No. I'm trying to think. This can be tricky sometimes figuring out the best angle because you don't want to really highlight negative aspects of the home. Like the views is excellent. So maybe what I'm gonna do is just walk it out and just come up. I can see the views. That piping isn't too distracting. All right, that should work. All right, and the agent didn't want to really showcase this bathroom either. So we'll shut that, and then we'll just record and work lock. I feel like I'm doing a lot of push-in shots here. That looks excellent. Maybe I'll do a slider-like shot as well, just to have some diversity in case I didn't. All right, B-roll in here. Let's see. I'm gonna zoom in, turn on APS-C mode. We got some nice tile in the bathroom, so I'm gonna change it to S&Q mode. All right, what else is nice about this bathroom? So the tile is nice. These features, let me see. The fixture, not so much. I guess we can do this. That looks all right. You can also kind of do these flowers here, as long as it's showing some of the home as well. And maybe the brass fixture for the bathtub. I would like to show something interesting behind it. Let's do it. All right. All right. These sinks are actually really nice too. Let's do slow motion. Just go side to side. That's good. All right. Man, the views are excellent out there right now. Let's see if I can get a wide shot. Maybe not so wide. Maybe both a wide and then a closer up shot. Let me try to expose a little bit more for the exterior. There we go. Now I'm just gonna lock it out. And come side to side here. I'm gonna do it again, but zoomed in even more. I'm gonna use APS-C mode this time, because those mountains just, now they feel much, much closer, which they actually, this is more how they look right now in real life. So I'll probably use that punched in version a little bit more. All right, so I think that's pretty good for B-roll and shots for this side of the room. So let's go back wide. I'm gonna go to 14 millimeters. I'm take off APS-C mode. I'm gonna hit record and just kind of pan. And now, that doesn't look so good. Let's reset here. Reset my gimbal, hit record. Now I'm just gonna work my way out here. I want to be as smooth as possible. You can see the theater room. Make the turn. Once I see that my camera's straight, I locked it out to make sure it doesn't wander around. So now we're just going to make our way all the way down this hall to the other wing of the home. Now my camera does look like it's drifting a bit, so I unlocked it, reset it a little bit. Keep it. I'm just gonna go all the way here. All right. Now, what do we want to do we can mix up our shots. Let's do a up and down shot here. I'll also do a push-in shot. It does seem a little dark. Let me brighten it up. All right, here we go. So now I'm just gonna move forward. Whoops. All right. So now, I don't think we need to connect. We can just go into this next room here. Lock out the gimbal. Keep walking. All right, that's good. Now I'm gonna come over here and just do a panning shot from left to right. That should be it. These secondary bedrooms are not going to spend too much time in. Oh, I can see myself in the mirror, so I can only go so far in here. So what I'm going to do is hit record and just move a little bit slower so that the clip's longer before I actually show up in the mirror. All right, and this showers. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see with this shot. Yeah, I think that's good enough for that shower. All right, so let's try to connect the next room with this room. So we'll hit record, and now we'll just kind of make our way down this hallway. Wait for that camera to come around. Once it does, lock it out, and then just keep walking. I'm going to unlock it and kind of pan to the right. All right, now I'm going to, man, this one has really nice mountain views as well. The mountains are looking excellent right now. I'll have to go out and get some pictures soon. All right, let me turn down the exposure just so we can see. Let's go zoomed in, APS-C mode. Now we could really see the mountain views from in here. All right, let's come back out. Let's come in here, bring the exposure back, and wait for the white balance to adjust. Sometimes when you go into a room, it takes a second for it to adjust, so it looks pretty accurate. All right, am I in there? Yeah, I'm in the shot, so I'm just gonna start back here. Let's do it again. Let's bring up the exposure a little bit, lock it out, and just move. There we go. All right, so what time is it? We got to keep an eye on the clock, especially when we're doing multiple things. The sun's setting in 5 minutes. And oh my gosh, these pictures. Oh, let's go back. All right. So we gotta hurry up and do some of these backyard shots. Man, because those mountains are looking excellent. All right. And we'll get some darker shots back here as well, I think. Right now I'm just trying to get through this backyard real quick, because we'll have to transition pretty quick back to photos. Now I'm gonna do a panning shot. And now I'm gonna start here and work my way over here back to the other side of the home. Same thing, I'm keeping the center focus on the fountain here. Feel like I'm gonna trip on something. All right, right here. This is gonna be a money shot. Let's expose for these mountains here. Let's get down here. Let's just do a little panning shot. Yeah, we will be back out here with it lit up. But let me just quickly get a couple more angles on the video. right, and I'm also gonna walk. I got a little sitting area over here. Locked out, now I'm not locked out. Working my way over here, showing the entire backyard, and kind of working my way till I can see those mountain views to the extent that I can. All right. And let me just do S&Q. I'll get the flames a little bit later, but I'll get the fountain right now. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm going at 120 frames per second. So let me zoom out a little bit. I want to get both fountains and that. All right, that's going to do it for the walkthrough video right now. We are going to get some additional clips. We may or may not do a training video on that because I got to transition to photos. But I hope you found this video informational. If you guys have any additional questions, feel free to reach out. We'll see you guys on the next one.